welcome back to the morning show. I hope you're having a great morning. I'm drinking decaf now. I've had too much coffee already. But our next guest, I guess before we get to our next guest, I want to hit a big thanks to the Grand Lake Chamber of Commerce, the Western Gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park, and endless outdoor beauty. You got, I think it's Colorado's largest natural lake right there in Grand Lake, called Grand Lake, as well as lots of hiking, biking, and endless wildlife coming from the national park. So I am hanging out with two people who probably love Grand Lake as well, Tommy and Jessica with Infinite West nonprofit. And let's get right into it. On the poster it says promoting sustainable communities. So what is Infinite West? How did this happen?
Well, Infinite West was formed basically in 2009 after a collaboration of basically a community gathering of about 60 people with presentation. And
these are all locals, right?
Yeah, it was mostly a bunch of nonprofit people and people who were very interested. Tim Hodgson kind of created the whole forum and invited all these people, and we had outside presenters come out and talk about what could be done in the valley, and we also had local people who were already doing things in the valley. And the idea was to get people together instead of being conflicting. Because
first, what we're trying to do is sustainable living. So we're talking recycling, we're talking solar energy. Like what are some things that are core goals?
You could do it on every aspect. You could, sustainable living would be not getting food from Italy. Getting it in Grand County, getting your beef here,
yep.
Getting your Morales farms, supporting the local farms.
So sustaining our own existence here in Grand County.
Right, and not using more than you have, which is, using solar versus, solar is renewable versus gas and oil is, it's
so supporting the tables and
well, that's what I was going to bring up. It's also a chemical standpoint of all the chemicals that we put into our soil and the earth. So there's also, he said buying local, but the way that the food is produced and manufactured can also make an impact on the earth. So organic food doesn't use all the chemicals that end up going into the water.
Really, if you ask me.
So forward thinking. I mean, making conscious decisions going forward. So you've now got a lot of nonprofits. I can't even remember how many. It's like 150 nonprofits,
at least,
give or take, in Grand County. We've got a lot of nonprofits, and a lot of them we have similar goals. And so what you were trying to do is help, or what Tim was trying to do is help organize a little better and be more efficient.
Exactly.
Basically, you had people sitting around talking in discussion groups and realizing that there was a lot of people doing the same things and that nobody was talking to each other.
So we all have the same mission, but we just don't even know that each other exists.
Correct. And every time someone came up with an idea, they created a nonprofit, which competes for all the money and it competes for all the volunteers.
There's only so many donations and
which is how Tom said. So my mission in Infinite West is kind of the food and I don't want to say agriculture because that's so much of a bigger scale, but food and producing our own personal food and just what we put in our bodies and sustaining our health. So
you're not eating a whole lot of Twinkies, something tells me.
Absolutely not. I wish. But I also, so that's where the education aspect comes in. So Tim started Infinite West as an educational forum. That is really big part of our mission.
Just to open the channels of communication.
To educate about sustainable themes in all different realms. And so I was starting the Grand Roots Seed Library just because I had a personal mission for health in my family when I had my kids, and I saw what real food and GMO food does to people. And then we ended up doing educational forums on GMOs when some things came into the political scene. So I was like, I need to get a 501c3. I don't have time to do it. I don't know where to, he's like, no, you don't. We need to collaborate because we're on the same mission. And because at that time, Infinite West, it was mostly solar energy, kind of more of an energy and recycling.
Recycling a lot.
So recycling was a big motivator to...
Yeah, we started the ACE recycling program.
For anyone new to town or tourist-wise, recycling's been kind of a struggle here. I've been here for 13 years, and it's come and gone a few times, and so that was a big motivator to kind of...
Right. Well, in 2008, right when the recession happened, it kind of went away. The money wasn't there, and so we worked with ACE in Granby and we worked with at the time Valley Recycling and collaborated and got this program set up and started a recycling program again. And so that was one of our very first
So
efforts.
at the time, you could bring your recycling to Ace. They'd have a bin there. You could do a deposit. Is that
Correct. And then Waste Management took it over when Valley Recycling decided to do other things. And so that was one of our big collaborations. And then, we've, like she was saying, like she was going to start her own thing, and we kind of brought her in and put her under our umbrella. So, I mean, we collaborate with other people. And, Valley Recycling was their own business. So not only were we helping the community have something, but we were also supporting a local business that was supporting their own family. So it was a collaboration.
You really had the sustainable, right?
We basically look at it as the more we put into the community, the more we will get out of it all as a community together. We can thrive together, and our community can remain our untouched community that doesn't have a landfill.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll chat a little more when we come back. And let's definitely hit on the website, infinitewest.org. So anyone that wants to learn more about the services you're kind of accomplishing and the collaborations that are going on.
If you want to help out, we're always looking for board members.
Board members, that's a huge one. They're
huge.
They're seeking board members for Infinite West, so check them out at infinitewest.org. Give Tommy or Jessica a call here, and we're going to be back shortly and talk a little bit more about some fun events. We'll be back on Channel 18.